Good morning. It's time to continue our walk through Kuala Lumpur. This is where I stopped last night at the train station and met Jasmine and her sister having some ice cream. And now it's time to go further south. 20 more kilometers left. So far we've been to mosques, Hindu temples, churches, and now we have a Chinese temple here in the city. I think it's the biggest one, Tiantou temple. It's pretty impressive and huge. I think they just opened. Let's see if we can go up there. But like we are in China. Anyways, Kuala Lumpur is really a multi-ethnical city with many Chinese. I met probably Pakistanis, Bangladeshis, Indians, from Nepal, Arabians, Europeans, of course the Malaysians, not to forget. So many people living here, and they all have their own places to eat, to worship, to go shopping, go whatever, meeting and doing all that stuff. So very many possibilities here in the city. Very nice. It's really a nice place here to come early in the morning. Hardly anybody here. I just lit some sticks and said a little prayer because it's so nice, and I say like meditating, like it's so calm and nice when you come here in the morning. Nobody, no tourists around, just like 4 or 5 people with me, and just listening to the sounds here and looking inside. Such a beautiful temple. I've rarely had a chance to visit Chinese temples, but this one here is really impressive. Even the Grab driver who picked me up this morning had on his navigation had Chinese, so today it's like I'm in China. What a beautiful place. And it's up on a hill here overlooking the downtown, the core area of Kuala Lumpur, with a central train station right here, and then you have the Menara and the towers right there, and then the temple here. So impressive. So instead of walking forever today and waiting for a place to find something nice for lunch, I just came down from the Chinese temple, and there's a nice place, Malaysian, to have breakfast. So nasi goreng with some fried eggs and like eggs and just some greens, onions side, and teh tarik. So breakfast instead of lunch, and let's see, meet the girls maybe later again somewhere. I've always liked the places where locals are eating, and you can see the neighborhood here. It's like literally just housing for, let's say, low-income families, but the food therefore is authentic and was very delicious. And it just cost me 11 ringgit, which is €2, whatever, 20. Very cheap actually. Just across on another hill from the Chinese temple is a huge old Chinese cemetery. It just like the whole hillside area is all graveyard. So you can tell how many Chinese live here in the city. But this all looks quite old. I don't know where the new graves are, but it's huge anyways. So there's a lot of space here. And like I said many times, if you go to different cemeteries around the world, often the view from a cemetery is so amazing. Look at this here. You basically see almost like a 360-degree view here from the hill and the Chinese cemetery here. So beautiful. Oh my god, there's so many dogs here on the Chinese cemetery. There's here 4. Up there I had to cross the street or walk the street. There were 4 or 5 dogs. They're everywhere. And you never know if they're friendly or not, because people here mostly come by car and I have to walk through the cemetery. This is something I really don't like, when you're walking and then you encounter a group of dogs. I don't have a problem with one dog really, but it's a group, they always feel stronger, so kind of a little bit tricky. But I obviously can't walk through the lush whatever here, the cemetery. They are cleaning it up, they're cutting the grass around here, but a lot of the cemeteries I think so old and it's so huge that some of the graves here are just completely grown in, and the dogs have a place here to stroll around. I think there's just kind of like wild dogs around here, so many of them just living here on the cemetery. Malaysia is much better for walking than Indonesia, but you still don't have many ways how to pass highways. There's nothing like to go underneath or above, or often there are sometimes pedestrian overpasses, but I often have to just kind of use highway exits. So basically you're ending up walking a busy highway exit, and then you come here. This is where the exit from all sides, everything joins here, and then you still have to be crossing here. It's like a 5-lane exit from the highways. So this is how it looks like. You cross the bridge, but actually a highway ramp, and then you have to be crossing these exit ramps with like 5 lanes joining here, and there's cars always constantly coming, and then nobody's supposed to stop for you, so you gotta wait your turn and then let's just run, because if you wait too long nobody's gonna stop. So you just gotta make sure nobody hits you. But that's how it goes here in Kuala Lumpur. There's highways everywhere and you have to cross them. So you can see there's kind of some like sidewalks, but I don't think they're really meant to be for pedestrians, because you're basically just getting on another highway. Even here there's a pedestrian sidewalk, but I have to go on the other side of the highway. So see, there's a fence, so you're not supposed to go over there, but how else would I cross? So it's gonna be nothing else left than jumping over here, or I gotta go down there and still cross somehow. Well, and as I was on the Chinese cemetery, I just happened to walk by on this highway at the Japanese cemetery, but for some reason I believe that this cemetery here was basically probably like before wartime, and I would assume there was a Japanese population here too, and then maybe after the war finished the Japanese were not welcome here anymore. So the whole cemetery is just basically kind of jungle. Nobody really taking care of it somehow. It seems people like even walking here over the graves, walking through the cemetery. Interesting. And then here, I don't know, like is it a war cemetery from all the Japanese soldiers who died here? Kind of looks like, right? From here, it kind of looks impressive. It's a nice cemetery. But again, I don't know from what time, and there's no signs to say anything. This is how these houses, built whatever, probably in the 50s, just or just right at the independence of from Britain, how it looks like. Hello, hello, how are you?
I'm fine.
Fine. That's kind of what I picture there would be from that time, because there's many new residential buildings, but this is probably some of the oldest blocks in the city, I would think. And then right there you have the Merdeka 118, which is basically the newest building in the city. Yeah,
Just happened that we are curious that we are taking photos.
Yeah.
I am actually curious whether you are taking regarding this Myanmar refugees.
No.
There are quite a lot of them here.
No, no, no. I just here I just met a local man. What's your name?
I'm local descendant of Malaysia.
Malaysian.
My grandparents came from China.
From China.
Yes.
Ah, okay. So long time ago.
Look like you.
Must be like 5th generation already, right?
I'm the 3rd generation.
3rd generation.
The 4th generation, my son.
Yeah,
my
yeah.
grandson.
Okay.
I have
okay.
a grandson.
Yeah, yeah.
We are all. We don't go back to China.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now it's been a long time. Yeah.
Malaysia is our country
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. So I just basically was walking through the neighborhood, and then yeah, got invited to sit down and have a local coffee. So let's try a local coffee. It's but I think this place it's run by Myanmar people, right?
And this is local Malaysian Chinese.
Oh, okay, okay.
Chinese Malaysian.
Chinese Malaysian.
We tend to.
So anyways, yeah, just when you meet some locals, why not just have a small break and see what's going on in the neighborhood. You have something to drink? You drink tea? Oh yeah, there's tea.
Green tea.
Green tea, yeah.
Green tea.
Green tea. That's from Bo. I went to Bo. Yeah.
You went to
Genting Highlands. Yeah, I was at Bo Tea Plantation. Yeah, yeah. I know. Yeah, yeah. So let's try the local coffee. It's good. A little bit sugar, black, but good. I like it. Short break before I continue. Many friendly locals. Everybody waiting, everybody waving, everybody curious what I'm doing here. So even my friend, he says he doesn't see tourists around here. So, well, and like I said, I'm not a regular tourist. I always just go around and explore. And actually, he said that now, like I said before, this is really old neighborhood. Just he says 55 years is this neighborhood old, and mostly Chinese people. But now mostly Myanmar refugees live here from yeah, Myanmar. So interesting to find all these places here in Kuala Lumpur when you go around. Here I meet some nice guys from Myanmar. What's your name?
Andrew.
Andrew?
Yeah.
Like Andrew in Myanmar?
My native name is William Chung, but my English name is Andrew.
Oh.
And you?
Sadai.
How?
Sadai.
Esadai? Esadai.
And you?
Nice to meet you. Dean. How? Joseph. Joseph, you have all English names.
Michael.
Michael. Oh, Michael. So English names for Malaysia. Yeah, actually, I have a good friend in Canada. He's Karen, and he's from he left because of the war to Thailand and then came to Canada. Well, like I remember my friend in Canada, he was Christian. They always go to church, and I think they say the Chin people are also Christians. So Merry Christmas, I say too. You know, yeah. It's Christmas in 2 days, right? Yeah, yeah. Like I said, you wouldn't believe it doesn't really feel like Christmas because there's no snow, nothing. I'm here in Kuala Lumpur, but actually some people here celebrate Christmas. So Merry Christmas to everybody. Well, you would always kind of think that where refugees live and all these neighborhoods are considered unsafe, and as a tourist you don't go into places like this, but actually people just go about their daily lives, how to make some money, how to feed their families, socialize with their friends, whatever. These guys playing soccer now with younger kids, and Andrew just actually came here to Kuala Lumpur just 2 days ago, and yeah, there is no need, I think, to be scared of people just because they are in a worse situation than we are. And I had the same problem when I was younger. I had to move to Germany as a refugee, and you just kind of figure out the best thing for. Basically, back then my parents had to figure out everything, but yeah, this is how it goes. So they just need a chance to be back on their own feet, and then that's how it is actually. And even my friend Mr. Ao, he said they just yeah, happy when they can make some money by themselves, so nobody really has to support them then, and then they just can figure things out. So that's how it is. And once again, it's raining so much. There's no way I can go anywhere. Just gotta wait it out here and then continue when it's a little bit less, but it could be an hour, so just relax. This is also a city entirely made for cars. Look at this here. Just cars, one highway above, just how it goes. There's another highway here, and Google actually was leading me on the highway, but it's a 4 or 5 lane highway, so I can't do this. I have no problem even crossing highways, but I cannot walk along highways because at some point the police is gonna stop me and say, what the fuck are you doing? So gotta find some routes, actually go around, and which is not easy when you are walking long distances in the city. You want to see the color of the river, how it looks like here after the rain. I would not jump inside here for any money. As much as Kuala Lumpur is a modern city, it's still a, yeah, when it comes to garbage and all that stuff going into the river and along the river. I show you the other side too. Here this is kind of a graveyard for old Mercedes here. This one sitting here on a bridge just with 2 tires underneath, and then we have a whole other graveyard here on the side of the river. I don't know if they use it for recycling, taking parts out, must be, but then you can imagine that some of the stuff here just like pulling out the interior and just dumping it along the river here or into the river. This is how it looks like in the southern neighborhoods. It's basically just kind of high-rise residential buildings, but these ones are pretty old. I would say like beginning of the 90s, something like this, because they're only whatever, like 10, up to 20 stories tall, and nowadays they're building more something like 50 and 60. So just to show you how the suburbs here in Kuala Lumpur look like. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be new projects around here to build wherever there's a land to acquire. They're gonna build some taller buildings too. And like I said before, this is the old housing projects, 1, 2, 3, 4 stories, and then across here we have something like 50, 60 stories tall. This is how people like to live nowadays. This is so crazy, walking on the highways, underneath the highways, crossing highways. It's just highways everywhere in Kuala Lumpur, and there's no good options to walk any way around because it just would take forever. But this one here at least has a sidewalk, so I can walk along. I gotta cool off again. As you can see, completely wet. It's quite humid and hot. So my friend here is gonna make me coconut drink. I don't even know what it is, but gula hitam. Okay, so let's just check it out and see how it tastes. But looks actually good already. Yeah, just put it just the way you make it normally, and I'll try it and tell you if I like it or not. But I'm pretty sure it's gonna be okay. So there's even some snacks, I guess. Yeah, so, but I need a drink. I'm not sure if I had something like this in Indonesia, but actually it tastes good with the beans, with the... It's refreshing, it's delicious, better than just plain water. The water just gets too warm when I'm walking, and this, even some corn inside. Very good, tastes delicious. Very good, sir. Very good. Thank you. I made it through all of Kuala Lumpur, and I'm here in Keri Sembangan. It's just a town south of Kuala Lumpur, in a neighborhood. It seems like it's only Chinese living here because so many little shrines in front of the house, and I see only Chinese people. The reason why I am in this town is I could not make it through the southernmost part of Kuala Lumpur, just because there is the Royal Military College and the Military University, so it's a cut-off area. So just behind here is the southernmost, just behind these houses is the southernmost point of Kuala Lumpur. And it took me, let's just check, I think 52 kilometers and 14 hours to complete, just because I at some points really took it slow, met some locals, talked to them, had something to eat, had a coffee, and it was a fun time, but very hot. Not as hot as in Brunei, but one thing I don't like about Kuala Lumpur is that there are really many dogs around, and loose dogs. Some are even very aggressive. This morning when I was at the Chinese cemetery, there was a dog. He was just about to bite me. He wanted to come closer, and if it was not for this Chinese old guy with his stick hitting the dog and pushing him away, and even while he was hitting the dog and pushing him away, the dog still was barking and trying to get a hold of me and bite me. So it's always an unpleasant feeling when you're walking through some neighborhoods and there's like many dogs around. So yeah, that's the only downside walking here, but otherwise it's and the highways, but everything went fine. I'm done, and now gonna go take a grab, go back, and hopefully see you from the pool.